Hey YouTube, Samix Plays here, and today we just got the Ultimate Valby and Luna patch. So a lot of things have changed. I know there's going to be a lot of questions about my other guides. Has the farm changed? I did go over and see it looks like the original farms are still there. However, they did change some things around. I am going to go back and double check everything just to make sure. However, if the farms do change either now or in the future, I will put outdated in my guide videos and I will upload a new one. But from what I can tell, I did go rewatch the bunny video with the new materials, and it does look like they're keeping those old farms the same. I haven't looked at every piece, so keep in mind I do need to go back and look at that, but I wanted to focus my time on Ultimate Valby, but I did look at a few of the Ultimate Bunny pieces, and it's the same outposts, the same mats. There's just an added mat. I did want to make that clear before we begin. So today I am going to be showing you how to unlock Ultimate Valby. This is one of the easiest ultimates to unlock. The drop rates on these items are extremely high for ultimates. I don't know if this is the devs pivoting to try and make farming easier, but yeah, it's the drop rates are really high. One thing I do like though is that the drop rates, what they're doing is the harder content that you do, the higher the drop rate. But let's go ahead and break this down. I'm going to show you step by step exactly what materials you're going to need, what methods we're going to use, and in this video I am going to show all the drop rates on the methods that we're going to be doing. That way you can kind of make the educated decision on which method you would like to go for. Keep in mind, if you're in normal mode, you might want to wait till hard mode to start farming this. I would recommend just finishing the campaign. If you have not yet gotten to that hard mode, start building up your character and then you can go attempt this farm. Moving on, let's go ahead and start this off. The first material we're going to need is Repton. So for this one we're going to go to Kingston and we're going to teleport to the Grand Square. You're going to run around the map and scan the area. You're going to look, see all these white icons. Those are going to be munition boxes that we are going to go open. Parkour. And keep in mind it is RNG of what you get, so you're just going to open as many as possible. There we go. We got a Repton right there, and then you're just going to loot that and you're good to... But yeah, it is RNG of what you get, so just keep looting that. If you loot all the munition boxes, you can kind of do like a rotation. They do spawn, like respawn pretty quickly in the same exact spot, so you can do that, or you could reset the map, whichever you prefer. But the blue mats are always going to be extremely easy to get. Next up, we have the compound coating material. We're going to teleport to Echo Swamp, and then we're going to teleport to my favorite place right here where I suffered on the bunny code for about a week, Derelict Covert. And it doesn't really matter where you teleport. You can kind of, you know, just teleport anywhere within the area. As long as it is in Echo Swamp, you are good to go. But I'm just gonna pretty much teleport to the first one I see. There you go, compound coating material. You can break these boxes or open the munitions. It's just the munitions are gonna give you more mats, but the boxes, you can also break them to give you some mats, so that's how you're going to do that. Next up, we have the conductive metallic foil. So with these have been Omega Giga buffed, so they're really easy to get now. Back in the day, as in like 20 days ago, these used to be such a pain in the ass. You would get like 2 or 3 at a time. Now they are extremely buffed. So we are going to teleport to Vespers, and usually what I like doing is picking the smallest map out of my options, so I don't have to run around as much because I'm just lazy. So I'm going to teleport to the ruins. Then we are going to equip Enzo here. So make sure to equip Enzo. He gives you extra materials when you do hack these vaults, so you always want to equip him when you are doing the vault mats. We are going to turn on our audio and run around the map and scan, and you're going to hear it beep when you are close to one. So this beep right here, it means I'm close to one, but I'm not looking in the correct direction. Alright, so that sound means you are looking in the correct direction. So it's gonna be over here. Brother, I'm gonna be honest, this was such a pain in the ass to find. The beeping sounded like it was... Usually there's one over there behind that wooden fence, but this time it was over here. Holy, you made me work for it, dude, that's for sure. Alright, and then you're gonna hack this.
Just set codes that are too easy.
And you're just going to match left click or right click into the green dot, and that's how you're gonna do. Alright. Next up, we are going to do the Ultimate Valby Enhanced Cells Blueprint. So this is where things have changed considerably. So I'm going to break it down on which methods you can do and which ones are the best. So they have changed a lot with these drop rates. As I said, they have upped these by quite a bit. So what I mean by that, if we look here, the Stunning Beauty is now, so there's now patterns called Mutant patterns. So basically what we're looking at is you have two options to do it in normal. So you can go fight Stunning Beauty or Swamp Walker, and this one you're gonna get from the leveling mission and the special operations over here, which is gonna be in Sterile Land. However, this one is only going to be a 3% drop chance, so we are going to ignore this, so we are not going to be doing that one. So next up we have the option of doing the Swamp Walker, which is going to be pattern 44. This one you're just going to go spam normal missions, which is in the Old Mystery, and that's going to be over here in Hagios. Now this one right here, if you can't fight Frostwalker, because Frostwalker is a huge pain in the ass. I haven't even beaten him yet because nobody knows how to do the flames. Every time I try and go in there and I'm like, hey guys, I'll do the flames, people end up picking them up. Basically, TLDR, Frostwalker is a pain in the ass to do in pubs. If you do have a 4-stack, you can absolutely go do this. I'll talk about that in a second though. So for this one, this is probably the one that most people are going to be doing because most people aren't going to be able to consistently down Frostwalker. If you can, that's great. Definitely go do this option because it's a 32% drop rate. Obviously, it's a no-brainer. That is extremely high for an ultimate piece. Yeah. You basically, if you beat this boss, you should get it within a few runs. But most people, if they are not yet at Frostwalker, you're going to do Swamp Walker, and this is going to be a 6% drop. So this is going to be pattern 44. So this would be the next best option if you can't fight that hard boss, because Frostwalker's pretty far down the list. He's like third to last now. Now that we have the new boss, he's third to last because we have Frostwalker, Molten Fortress, and then now Gluttony. Most likely you guys are going to be spamming this one. I know 6% sounds pretty rough. However, you can do this mission extremely quickly. And like if we look over here, pattern 44 is going to be Swamp Walker. Yeah, right here. And then if I scroll over it and I look at linked reconstruction device, it's just normal Swamp Walker, which if you are in hard mode, you should be able to kill this guy no problem. So what you can do is you can go stack up these materials by doing the dungeon, and then you can go spam it that way as an alternative to if you cannot defeat Frostwalker, because I know a lot of people can't. I mean, I've no life this game and I can't even beat it just because I don't have like 3 buddies that I can hop on with and like communicate with, so it's hard to pub. I totally get it. So this is a good option for those that can't defeat Frostwalker. That being said though, as I said, if you are in hard mode, it would be this pattern right here, 115, the mutant pattern, and to do that you would just complete the Haven and you would go spam this to get those 100% amorph materials. Keep in mind it does give you 2 if you get a high score, or if you get the middle score you have a 50% chance to get a second one, and it also gives you stabilizers. This is the method to do, obviously, if you either swiped or you no life the game like me. However, I still can't down them. I mean, I don't know. Most people are probably going to choose this option. You can also fight Gluttony, but I assume if you are not yet at Frostwalker, you're most likely not going to be at Gluttony. But yeah, the optimal way would obviously be to do this because it's 32%. So basically what we're looking at is 3%, ignore this one, 6%, do this one if you can't fight hard bosses, 32%, do this if you can down Frostwalker. That's basically it. All right, next up we're going to do Silicon. We're going to go to Echo Swamp and we're going to go to the Derelict Covert here. I am going to go ahead and change to Bunny just to get around the map faster. And then we're just going to do the same thing we did a minute ago, just run around and scan the area and open these munition boxes, and you will eventually get Silicon. There we go, we got Silicon right there. Alright, next up we are going to do Hellion. That is going to be in the fortress, so we are going to teleport to the defense line. And this is Old Faithful over here. In my entire playthrough, it's only let me down 1 time, so let's see if it does. Give me Hellion, baby, come on. Oh, you dirty. Alright, and if you can't get it, just keep running around the map. Make sure to always destroy these boxes. They have a chance of also containing it. And there we go, we got Hellion. Alright, next up we're going to do the Heat Plasma Battery. So for this one, we need to do Old Mystery. I actually just got educated on this material not too long ago. I used to just go to the Haven and reset the mission. However, we are going to do the Old Mystery. And that's going to be right here. and Hagios, and you're just going to start this up. So basically in this mission, you are going to run to the point where you activate the machine, and I'll show you guys what that looks like here in a second. All right, this is going to be the machine right here. Do this on Bunny if you're just trying to be like quick with it. Interact with this, and then it is going to spawn these Kuiper ores. What we're going to do is we're going to ignore these. We're not going to finish the mission, and you're going to wait for this timer to tick down, and it's going to spawn like a lot of elites periodically as the timer goes down, and you're just going to keep resetting them. You're going to fail the mission and just keep resetting it. This is way faster than the Haven mission, and it's going to drop a lot. Shout out to that one guy on my energy activator guide. I forget his name, but he was like, oh, you can actually go, and because I've never tried waiting until these drop down to 0. I've done this with other farm spots in the game. I just didn't think to do it in here, but yeah, the same rule applies. You can just wait down the timer and it will keep spawning elites that you kill, and you'll get a lot of them, which I'll show you right now. All right, and here's our first elite. We got 13 right there. Here's the other elite right here. And then we got 12 more. Another one. Another one. 8 more. Then we got another one right here. An Elite Vanguard. I mean, there's a lot of them, man. There's another 12. And then here's another one. And then there's 13. Like, we just got so many in like 5 minutes. It's crazy. So, yeah. This is how you're going to do that, and then you're just going to fail the mission and reset it. Ah, there we go. Ginja Leviathan is the one who told me about this farm in my guide video. Big W to you, bro. I appreciate you for letting me know that. So that's how you're going to do this one. Just wanted to say thanks, and yeah, that's how you're going to farm these. You get a shit ton. It is way faster than the Haven one. Of course, if you are wanting to like target farm those amorph materials, you can do it however you want it. You don't have to do it this way, but if you're farming for this specific material, this is going to be the fastest way. And then obviously you would just come over here and reset it. See that? We got 58. That is just so busted, by the way. Anyways, that's how you're gonna get those. Should only take you like 2 or 3 runs to get the ones you, probably 3 runs to get the ones you need, but yeah. Alright, after you got the heat plasma batteries that you need, we're going to move on to the Ultimate Valby Stabilizer Blueprint. As you can see, I already got mine. The reason for this is because it is a 32% drop rate. I literally got it like in a couple tries. But just for our argument's sake, and just because I want to cover my bases, we'll go over the options. So the first one is going to be the Devour in normal mode. That's going to be pattern 30. This is going to be a 6% drop rate. I do not recommend doing it. The second option you're going to get is pattern 55. This one is going to be over here in Kingston, and you are just going to hack the outpost with Sharon, and that's how you're going to do that one. And after you fight after you hack the outpost, you would then go over here to this void mission, assuming you do have those inorganic and organic shards farmed up, and you would fight this boss, and that's how you would do that. So you would hack this, make sure you have your shards, and then you would go over here to this mission. I'm gonna do the other one just because it's my second home, because I lived there when I did Ultimate Bunny, but I'll show you guys this one. It's 113, the Mutant pattern 113. If you farmed for Ultimate Bunny, this was your home for a very long time. Welcome home, guys. I will be returning home as well. Let's go over there and get it. After you equip Sharon, you can teleport over here. You'll know you're in the right place if it looks like this. And that's going to be right here, by the way. Right there. And then we're going to run over to the outpost. Get out of here. Alright, and then we're going to just run down here. Run up to the right side behind this rock so you don't get seen. Stealth in. Hack the outpost. You do want to have those mods built up with Sharon. It is maximized duration and skill extension. Wait for the boss. You can clear the ads. If you have Thunder Cage, it should be super easy. Then you're just going to kill him. And that is pretty much it. That's how you're going to hack that outpost. We got pattern 112 there. I already have this piece, but assuming that you would get pattern 113, the mutant pattern, you would get that pattern, and that's how you would do that. Then after that, assuming you got the pattern, you would then rotate over to here. I'll show you guys because this one can be tricky to get to. I'll just go show you guys real quick. If you do have the teleport waypoint over here, I'm going to start at this point and I equip Bunny so I could get over here faster. I got lost the first time I did this, so that's why I am just going to show you guys where it's at. You're going to come up here, hook up here, and it's going to be to your left. Then you are going to run this way and you're going to hook on top right up here and jump down, and it's going to be in this cave right here. And I'll go ahead and show you guys the boss fight as I normally do in these videos. So you're just going to summon the boss. It is going to be this guy that laser beams you. If you are not built up, the laser beam will nuke you. So keep that in mind. It's going to do a spinning attack and it's going to like drop these AoE things down. There's the laser beam. So if you are not built, you can hide behind the rock until he is done shooting it. Then he's going to spawn these orbs. It used to be you had to kill him in order, but they took that out of the game, so he's a lot easier now. And if you get too close, he does a slam attack. If you run out of ammo, you can just die on purpose. It'll refresh your ammo. He does restore a little bit of HP, but that's fine. Then you're just going to finish him off here. And that is the fight. If you are struggling to kill this guy, switch your world to public. There are people fighting this boss all the time, and or you can ask for help in the official TFD Discord and or Reddit. But usually if you set your world to public, like, it's totally fine. Obviously I don't have the pattern because I already used mine to get my piece, but it would be right here. It would be pattern 113 Mutant. You would open that and then you would have a 32% chance of getting it. Super easy. If your build is okay, you should be able to get this piece like pretty quick. So next up, we're going to do the monad shards. We are going to teleport to Kingston, and we are going to teleport to the Grand Square and go and open those resource boxes and ammunition boxes. Just scan and run around the map like we always do. The blue mats are always going to be simple. There you go. We got monad shards right there. And GG easy. Next up, we have the semi-permanent plasma. We're going to teleport to Vespers, and we'll go ahead and go to Timberfall. And then you're just going to open these munition boxes, and there you go, semi-permanent plasma. It's that easy. Next up, we are going to do the Macromolecule Biogel, and this one you are going to get by doing Outpost. You're just going to kill them. You can do this in normal, however, I am going to do it in hard, and I'm going to choose this option, the Echo Swamp Muskeg Swamp Volga Strategic Outpost, so I'm going to go here. The reason why I'm going to do this option is if I click on this and come over here, it drops a mutant pattern which is going to be used for the Luna piece. So that's the reason why I'm going over here. If we go look at pattern 81 and come over here, I have a 10% chance to get those Luna enhanced cells. So I'm kind of two birds, one stone kind of deal. I'm going to farm with Luna while I'm farming for those macro mats. So that is why I picked this one. I have not done the research on Luna yet, so this might not be the optimal way to get Luna, but I'm just going to do this one just so I can get those mats started to stack up. You can do the other options if you want to. I am going to do this one. So I'm going to teleport here to the Muskeg Swamp, and then we're going to equip Sharon here and go to the Outpost. Now, to get the material, you don't have to hack it. You can just run in there and nuke it if you want to, if you don't have enough of these and you're just trying to farm them as quick as possible. However, I always hack the Outpost just because I want the extra materials. And also, as we saw, you can only get the other pattern by hacking, so I'm just going to run in there. You just get extra rewards, so like there's really, unless you're just like really trying to save a few seconds, there's literally no reason not to hack the Outpost. It's just increased chances for rewards. Then you're just going to kill the boss. And there we go. Then we just got 18 Macromolecule Biogels, so that's how you're going to do that. And rinse and repeat until you have enough. Alright, then we're going to move on to the Ultimate Valby Spiral Catalyst. And as always, I'm going to go over your options here. So basically what we're looking at is you have two options here. You can do Dead Bride in normal with pattern 23 Mutant or pattern 52 Mutant. The differences here are these two have a 6% drop rate. So obviously, most likely people are not going to want to fight the Hanged Man over Dead Bride. So if you're in normal, you would probably do Dead Bride. Or if you're not strong enough to fight those hard bosses, you would do Dead Bride. However, the option I recommend is going to be down here, which is going to be pattern 73 Mutant. And the reason for this is because her Spiral Catalyst is a 20% drop rate, so this is much higher. It's more than triple the drop rate of the ones in normal. So this is the one you want to be doing, and it's an outpost, so you really don't have to be like giga built to do it. So this is the option we're going to do. It's going to be over here in Vespers. And if we scroll down here, you will need to hack it to get the material. So you will need Sharon for this. We are going to teleport here, equip Sharon, and then we're going to teleport over here. All right, then, as I said, we're going to teleport over here, and we're going to head to that outpost. All right, then you're just going to stealth in and hack it. This one can kind of be rough because they do body block you. So keep in mind that this one can be a little irritating, but you should be okay. Then you're just gonna nuke it. And you're gonna kill the elite here. I did not get one there, so I'm going to keep farming this until I get a pattern 73 mutant, and then we're gonna go fight the boss. Alright, there we go. We ended up getting the pattern, and now we are going to fight this pain in the ass boss. Alright, I'm going to equip my most powerful Descendant, and we are going to teleport back here, and then we are going to run all the way up. Even with me being almost full build, this guy can be difficult, so if you do find yourself struggling, you can, again, set your world to public and try and farm this with other people. That's going to be right here, the Abyssal Void Fusion Reactor Vespers Lost Supply Depot, right up here. You will need Polymer and Organic, and we're just going to summon this guy. He is going to spam rocket launchers at you, so if you don't have your mods built up, he is going to nuke you, so keep that in mind. But you want to kind of just run around and make sure you're not getting hit by those. This guy is like very tanky, and he like never stops shooting. Once he starts shooting, it's like so long. You're just gonna keep nuking him. Just work him down. Always stay behind cover with this guy. He is going to spawn orbs, and we are going to kill the orbs. You can also like play behind this machine as well right here, because he can't shoot through it unless you're peeking through that hole. See that? How he's not able to hit me? Always aim for the head, you do more damage. And we're just gonna kill him here. When I was under geared trying to fight this boss, he was extremely difficult for me. I am a lot more geared than I was, so this will be a hard boss if you are not built up. Alright, and then you're going to come over here, and this is going to be the pattern you're going to open, and it's going to be right here, the 20% chance. Let's see if we get lucky. One try. Bunny, bunny, bunny. You know how long it took me to farm this piece? That is so sad. That's the way it goes though, that's RNG. Alright, and then that's how you're gonna do that. Alright, last but certainly not least, we are going to be going over the Ultimate Valby code. So as you can see, she has a lot of options here for the code, but I will break it down. So with the code here, let's start with the first one. So the first one is going to be pattern 87, which is Pyromaniac on hard. This is going to be a 10% drop rate. If we go for the second option here, which is going to be pattern 110, that is going to be a 6% drop rate. And if we look at these other two options, that's going to be pattern 125, which is going to be a 20% drop rate. If you are far enough into the game and you can down Molten Fortress and Gluttony, obviously it's going to have higher drop rates, so you would spam these. Most people aren't going to be at this spot yet. So my recommendation would be to fight hard Pyromaniac. I feel like that's a lot more doable since he's like the third or fourth boss, one of those. However, if you cannot fight Pyromaniac, you will have to do this Outpost, which is going to be a 6% drop rate. So I'm going to show you guys how to do the Outpost option. Most likely I'll be doing the hard Pyromaniac option, but I'll show you guys how to do this one. So that's going to be pattern 110, as I said, and we are going to go over here to the Volga Strategic Outpost. And if you can see here, you don't need to hack this one to get the material. However, I always recommend hacking because you get a higher chance for those stabilizers. So I'm going to hack it. I'm going to teleport here and equip Sharon. Then we are just going to go run over to the outpost. Alright, I got seen, so I had to restart. But you're going to just find a safe spot, like behind this wall or something, and wait for your stealth cooldown, and we go again. Alright, we stealth in. Then you're just going to hack these. Try to use your grapple to get around a little bit quicker if you can, because this is going to be tight timing, even with my mods built up. Then you're just going to kill this boss right here, the Enhanced Manufactured Oh my goodness, I just got nuked. What is going on here? Is this what we're doing? Alright, I'm going to clear out these mobs. It's these exploding guys, yeah. I'm clearing them out. Alright, then we're going to kill the boss. Alright, and don't forget to stealth for the bonus damage, and if you need, so you can just freely pick up these orbs. And boom, bada bing. So you're going to keep doing this until you get the pattern. I didn't get it, so I'm going to keep doing it until I get a pattern, and then we're going to go fight the boss. I am not getting lucky with the pattern drops. I have run this quite a bit, and I keep getting pattern 111, so I'm just going to keep doing this. Keep in mind, this outpost is actually pretty hard. Even with Thunder Cage equipped, there's like so many mobs, and the bomb guys just keep spawning. So if you're having a hard time, make sure you do come in public. As I said, you don't have to hack this outpost, but if you can solo it, I recommend hacking it just to get the extra materials. But if you're having a hard time, you know, you could just set it to public and come in here and just like 4-man it would probably be easier. I just prefer hacking just because I like getting those stabilizers. Also for this outpost, make sure you aim for the little bubble thing on his head right there. It does so much more damage. Alright, there we go. We finally got pattern 110. So now what we're going to do is we are going to go up here and we are going to do this mission. I have to get some organic shards real quick, but I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we're going to go fight this boss. Alright, so go ahead and teleport to the corrupted zone, equip your preferred Descendant, and then we're going to go over here. If you do have this teleport waypoint unlocked, you can also teleport here. I do not have it unlocked, so I'm going to run over there. And if you do need to unlock it, just come over here and grab that real quick, and then we're going to go right over here. Then we're going to spawn the boss. Again, you're going to need organic and inorganic, and it's going to be right here in Hagios, and it's going to be an elite slaughterer. And that's it. Extremely easy boss. Then you're just going to open the orb. Use the pattern, and it's going to be right here, the Ultimate Valby code. We didn't get it, but that's okay. That's the way RNG goes. So you're just going to keep spamming that, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. As I said, you could also do those hard bosses, but this is assuming you can't fight the hard bosses. But if you can, the best way, of course, would be either Pyromaniac and or one of these two bosses. Obviously, these two bosses have the highest ones because they're like the end game bosses, so as I said, these are going to be 20%, these two right here. But at least if you're far enough where you can fight Pyromaniac, that's at least a 10% drop. And if you can't do any of these three options, then you could just do the outpost and just keep doing it until you get it, and that's going to be a 6% drop. And assuming you finished all that and got all the pieces you need, you would just obviously go and craft it, and that's how you get Ultimate Valby. I think overall this ultimate is probably like one of the easiest to get in terms of, if I'm speaking specifically from drop rate, the drop rate chances are just extremely high on this ultimate. I think she should be pretty easy to unlock. Even if you aren't able to like consistently down those hard bosses, there are other options that you could do as we went over, and yeah, I think overall this is going to be a pretty good grind. I don't think it should take people too long to get these pieces. I think the only one debatably that is going to be the hardest would be the code, as per usual, but even with the code, assuming you can make it up to at least Pyromaniac, it's still a 10%, so it shouldn't be that hard to get it. But of course, it's all going to come down to RNG. You could get very, very unlucky, and, you know, it could take you a while to get it, or you could get really lucky. I mean, it just depends. You know, that's how RNG goes. I know a lot of people aren't gonna be as far as I am in the game, and I have basically played this game every single day, and I still haven't beaten Frostwalkers, so I can't move on to Molten Fortress. So I know that your experience is going to differ, obviously, because different people are going to be at different points in the game, but this should give you a general idea of the optimal way to farm Valby, and you should be good to go. Now, I did just want to have a real talk with you guys, so if you don't want to hear me yap for a couple minutes, feel free to X out of the video. That is going to be the ultimate Valby farm. I did want to say that I know that there's a lot of like really bad content out there right now. Even me, when I'm trying to look up information, there's a lot of bad videos. I want you guys to know that I am not going to ever clickbait or try and get you guys to click on one of my videos. Like, my titles are going to be exactly what it says it's going to be: how to farm this, how to unlock that, stuff like that. I want to be a creator that you guys can put your trust in. I am 100% invested in this game. I love playing it. I have near like 200 and something hours in the game. I really like this game, and I want to play it long term, and I want to be a content creator that you guys can know that I'm not just trying to, obviously I want views and I want my channel to do well, and I want you know, of course I want all those things. I mean, it's how you grow your channel. But at the end of the day, I am not going to like just toss out videos that just have like no quality, that are just really clickbaity, that are just trying to get you to view the video as like quick as possible. There are some great creators out there. One of my personal favorites is Moxie. I think he is a great guy. I really like his content, as well as I learned my grappling hook trick from Sarah. There are some good content creators out there, but a lot of them right now are, it's just kind of, I don't know, man. It's you know, it's just, it seems like people are just pushing out videos really quickly, and the information is just wrong. And if I am ever wrong about a specific method that I do, absolutely, I am always open to constructive criticism. Just like with my energy activator guide, somebody came in, they said, hey, this is a better method. I pinned the comment, I gave credit to the guy who told me, and I said, hey guys, I was wrong about this, go do it this way. And I think that's how we're all going to like learn the game better, because I don't know everything. Sometimes I can be wrong. I'm not going to be right 100% of the time, but I try and do my due diligence and my research to make sure that I am giving you guys the most optimal information that's within my knowledge. So that being said, I'm not gonna try and get too cheesy here. I'm just saying I want you guys to be able to trust that I am just gonna try and be as best of a content creator I can without all the other BS, and I really appreciate all the support. You know, I did not expect my channel to do so well with the first Descendant, and I am going to be playing this game long term, even if we lose you know, part of the player base. Once the hype dies down, that's totally fine. I am here to stay, guys. I want you guys to put your trust in me to be the first Descendant content creator, and I will, you know, go over the patch notes, I'll go over the news, I'll go over how to unlock the characters, all that good stuff. I know it's super cheesy. I mean, I'm sorry about that, but anyways, that's all I wanted to say. Y'all take care. Thanks so much for all your support. Thanks for watching. I am Samx Plays, and this is going to be how to unlock Ultimate Valby. Y'all have a good day and or night, depending on when you're watching. Thank you so much.